It's gonna be a nightmare, man. Jesus. Yo, what's up people? Welcome back to the arcade. Just a little small video today. Just wanted to talk to you about a little something and give you a little bit of a wrap up again. I'm not going to do this weekly, as you know, but sometimes I feel the need to do it, and I got some form of newfound motivation for my channel. You know, it's gonna sound a little bit dark at first when we get to the topic, but I implore you, stay on. You're gonna understand it once we're through. But little wrap up. Last week was big. Last week was huge. I was over the moon that this actually happened and this was actually working out and everything. Last Sunday, not the one that just passed, the one before, I had Brad Fiedel on my channel, which maybe a few of you know, some of you were in the live chat too. He did the unforgettable iconic music for Terminator 1 and 2. The music that imprinted on the whole series. Whenever a new sequel came around, people were asking, oh, is Brad Fiedel gonna do the score? No, he didn't, but we got parts of his score always in there, and we had a great time. At least I had a great time. It seems like he enjoyed it too. We talked about his musical, Full Circle, that's coming soon. It's gonna be an well, audio only, kind of interactive and interwebs musical. That's going to be interesting. Very cool story. Really about going full circle. A story that implores a grandfather being in an apartment with a person, but that person never knew it was her grandfather. And just when it's everything just is too late, you know, they find each other. It's a super cool story. So a little bit of a predestination paradox. Looking forward to that, and cool questions. I think I asked. The chat was pretty satisfied with that, and we got an answer to the burning question: is there a full Terminator 2 score, and will there ever be one? And the question is no / ish / kinda, because apparently, just a small teaser if you want to watch that, but apparently there never was. There were pieces that he wrote and he sent this over to Alan Rose and also James Cameron, and they were not really chopped up, you know, not really chopped up, but cut to the parts that they needed, and what was left over kind of went on the CD. And the CD, also the official Ferocious Bandai soundtrack, was comprised by Brad himself, and he was happy with it because he didn't want to have any redundancy in it. So super respectable answer, I get it, but I think he was kind of impressed with my full score. So like I said, if you haven't watched it, give it a go. On Wednesday, I believe Wednesday, last week we only had 2 videos because I was in the office working. We finally had, he's standing behind me now, finally got my IDW cons back together. We had Unique Toys Bruticus, Ragnaros, and it's good, but it's not as good as it could have been. Stable, looking nice, pretty good articulation for what it is. One foot has a total, the other doesn't because of swindle. Weird stuff going on. I don't know if Unique Toys really knew what the hell we were doing, but I enjoy him. I think he looks great back there. in case you haven't seen, or it's hard to see. And otherwise, if you haven't seen that. And on Sunday, finally, we had this guy. Storm Collectibles Ryu, one of my favorites, and now have 4, I think those are actually my 4 mains, right? I mean, not really Shin Akuma, but Akuma. And yeah, those are my 4 mains. Should I keep it at that? Or should I go on? I mean, depends on what character we're coming. I mean, a bison in that scale. Anyway, this guy is super dope. Like you see, his normal pose is done greatly, and other poses too. A little bit limited on the Hadouken. Akuma can do that way better. Probably also, or maybe because of his gi I pulled down. I think then he could have maybe worked better, but great figure. I love the styling, way better than SH Figure Arts. Which brings me to this guy. I got this loaned by my man Andy, one of my 2 compatriots from Voice of KEIN. SH Figure Arts #1 Ryu from Street Fighter V, and it's a cool figure. It's a very cool figure. I don't particularly like the styling of the head, of the face especially, mind you. It looks weird. It looks really weird, but the figure itself is cool. Great articulation. You can do a lot with him. And we're gonna do this on Sunday. This will be the fun part. Before we got to that, we got a little bit of a pain ahead of us. Cang Toys Ferocious. Don't let yourself fool from the beauty that is the box, because this dude is a pain to transform. He looks amazing. He really does. I love how he looks. Just in quick for you. Beautiful. We have a flip-flop varnishing on the orange parts, except for the head here, and also a few parts on the guns and the combiner heads, which means depending on the angle where the light shines onto the orange, the color changes to a slight red metallic. Beautiful. A lot of die cast, like here, unpainted, looks great. The tiger mode is great. The R mode is great. The way to those modes is not. More on that in the review. Also, the hand is the most realistic and brutal I've ever seen. Also die-cast claw on the back, and it's huge. I'm predicting this guy will be bigger than Toy World Constructor, but only time will tell. Time will tell brings us to today's topic, if you stay on for so long, that is. 2 weeks ago, I highly contemplated about quitting YouTube. Some guys know that my real name's not Tim. That's my nickname because I was in the realm of collectors group way back, and you know, my real name is actually, I'm not going to tell you my last name, but it's hard to do for Americans. But my first name is actually Timo, and that is a little bit harder for those guys, and so I decided to do Tim K, and from that my channel arose, and I had a hard time with YouTube. I still have. Like, I don't know what the problem is, if it's the algorithm or it's people that just don't like my stuff, it's too popping, or they think I do too much of a mixture of things. I don't know, and quite honestly, right now, I don't give a damn. Anyway, I really thought about quitting because I want to get somewhere with this channel, you know, and it's just rough when you see channels left and right, smaller channels like yourself, going successful, going on, you know, and you are doing good program, you are told you are doing good program, and you do what you can, and you're saying I currently really like going ballistic on your shit, and there's just no outcome to this, you know. But why did I tell you my real name and why this dark topic? Because the newfound motivation I got was because my mother is currently actively dying, which is rough, which is actually really rough. So currently the community that we got, or Transformers Fan Group Germany, our Voice of KEIN on Mondays, the Realm of Collectors, the people I got in the United States that I can talk to. That helps a lot. That really helps a lot. And people are asking me if I'm fine, if I need anything, if they can do anything. They really root for me. And that's what got me a lot of motivation because, you know, my mother had now 21 to 22 years, something like that. I don't quite remember when it started. To quote Ellen Ripley from the Alien movies, it's been so long I can't remember it being anything different. I believe it was 1997 when she had her first brain tumor. And that was rough. Just one Sunday, burning, pulsating headache. Went to the hospital, brain tumor, this size back here. First operation, no problems. Second operation was in '99, during the time of my 18th birthday. So, in essence, I didn't have an 18th birthday because I was in the hospital fearing for my mom. And then it all went from there, you know. Second operation was harder. She had a seizure, so epilepsy, and needed to learn everything anew. And she had a life after that. Actually, that was interesting when you think about it in retrospect, you know, because her personality changed a little bit to the better, and we had great chemistry back then. She had a lot of hobbies, like doing vases herself, you know, with paper mache and redesigning stuff and little Stillleben. She did great stuff, really great stuff. She was really creative. And yeah, the last time was, I believe, 4 years ago. Number 5 and number 6 came in parallel, and she blasted those, you know. She went into the hospital. She wasn't even in there for a week. She just got home. The same as before. Crazy. Year later, number 7, number 8, and we were super optimistic, of course. We were like, you're gonna kill that, you know. Turns out it wasn't as easy. Another seizure, brain fluid, the production went up, so high pressure. She needed to have a drainage. That was kind of spoiled, wasn't as clear as it should have been. Like in a day, she apparently climbed out of her bed, broke her nose, rehabilitation, then a shunt, meaning that's a small tube going from the skull down to the neck and everything into your stomach area, so the fluid can actually be drained. But it didn't work. It got cluttered during that, and it had to be exchanged multiple times. And that didn't quite work out, so the pressure pretty much crushed the rest of her brain that was actually active in there. And she got to a care facility here in my town, actually, and at first it looked a little bit on the upside. She was pretty clear, we were talking, but her speech was mumbled, every day more mumbled, you know. So last year Jen came that she got super, I don't know, kind of numb, to call it like that, and we got her to the hospital, and people said there are actually 4 brain tumors now that are fighting for place. And now a few weeks prior, again she was even more silent. She was just lying in bed, you know, eyes to the back of her head, and just lying there. And again to the hospital, my father said that's pretty much it now. So we're now doing actual palliative medicine, meaning if she's going now, she's going. And we are currently at the point where we're saying it's good. Because, well, not good, but she fought her battle. She fought the good fight. And she had 22 years out of this, you know? And we did so much, and she was proud of me, what I did, that I fought through so much pain with a lot of women that didn't cherish me for the way I am. I'm complicated, I'm not easy. People that know me know that, but still I got worth to myself. I know that, I'm confident enough to do that. But the thing is, she was proud of me, and that was always the most important. Whenever there was anything I told her about that, she asked so many stuff about things. This room, sadly, she never saw. So that's a little rough. There are so many things I would have wished she would have seen, but I told her just a few days prior about all those things, and I think she hears that. I think she hears that. She's just kind of trapped in her body, you know? So with all those things that she's proud of, with all those things that she was happy for when I did it, with the hobby when I did it, when I tinkered, I said to myself, fuck it, I'm not gonna quit this channel, because I'm having a lot of fun editing videos, and I will make this channel big. And if it's the last that I do, and that's also the title of the episode, and that's where I say that's it for today. And if you want to know anything more about this, like what she did, what she was like, you can hit me up on my Facebook down below. You can find that there. Happy to talk about her. But before a few emotions start flooding in that I actually feel, I hope this wasn't too dark for you. I hope you enjoyed that little trip in my actual reality, in my actual life, in the actual me. And if you don't, you know, if you only care for the toys, that's cool. If you care for me, even cooler. And if not, and you give this a thumb down, 0 fucks given. So I see you on the next review. Like I said, I'm pumped anew, have a lot of fun. Yesterday, that's important. Yesterday we had a Voice of Cam, we had Mark Steiger there. That was cool, man. That dude is fucking awesome. That was a cool time. Great quartet of people. I think we can do it somewhere. So yeah, see you on the next review. I hope you enjoyed, like I said. Have a great week. Bye-bye.